Hey everybody, welcome to Tokyo. You see that right there? That's the Tokyo Skytree, and this is Hikifune, a suburb of, I guess this is Sumida Ward, one of the 23 wards of Tokyo. It's basically like the suburbs of Tokyo. It really does feel like that in the shadow of that amazing tower, the Tokyo Skytree. It looks really cool with the city around it. We're not that far away, of course, you can tell. I'm gonna pan up and show you from street level, past the Ito Yokado here, which is a supermarket chain. All 643 meters of it. I think that's what it is. It's kind of warm today, and I'm here for a reason. I'm not just here to film the neighborhood. It's kind of funny like that here. Here, you see I got this red t-shirt on. It says, Kanai and Megumi Modern Ballet, and I'm filming my wife's video performance today. They're it's sold out, which is really great. They're going to be performing inside of this culture center. There's a massive studio. There's the poster right here. I'm really proud of her. Look at that. That's beautiful. She's doing a performance of Annie in here with her school. And Leo is inside there. Leo's gonna actually be performing too, which is crazy. He's watching them now. They're doing a dress rehearsal right now before they do the main show. Hikifune has a lot of the cities around Tokyo have these kind of places where artists can perform, which I really like. Here you can see actually Kanai she's the sensei of I think it's about 60, 70 students, but also she's performing as the witch, the bad woman in the Annie performance. You can see her right there taking a seat. I guess that's Annie hiding behind her. She does look evil. Sometimes she looks like that at home. Sometimes if I don't clean up, it can be pretty bad. Backstage is pretty cool as well. How you doing? Backstage is it's pretty cool to see the performance right now as they go through the dress rehearsals. All the makeup that they wear of Japan, you don't see it too much in the center of Tokyo, so you gotta look outside in sort of the suburbs, and this is one of the places here. And I keep looking at these vending machines for that ramen in a can. So if anybody out there who's living in Japan finds it, let me know, because I would love to. Somebody stopped me and said hi. I guess he didn't wait around. That looks good. You also find there's a ramen place. You also find a lot of like local stuff out here, which is, I think, something that people might be looking for. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be thinking about moving to Japan, to Tokyo. We're seeing a lot of expats wanting to move in here. Hikifune is a pretty affordable place comparatively to the center of Tokyo. I think it's on the Tobu line. It's just one stop away from that Skytree, which we started. You can't really see it. Oh, there goes a train right now. They're not really big trains. And if we go down, you can look down into on the map where Hikifune is. Might be the first and the last time you ever hear of this place as well. But it's nice to know a little bit about the geography of Tokyo. This is the Shitamachi. You can see it not that far away from Sensoji. It really is just across the river. Oh, we just like almost stabbed ourselves with the top of Skytree right there. Look at that. It's beautiful. And it's nice to live near here because then you always have it outside your window. And that's where we are, that blue spot just right down there. Hikifune. There's not a lot going on here. I gotta be honest, it's just a place that you live when you're in Tokyo. Nobody really lives in Shibuya. There are residents, there's residential areas, but it's really expensive to live in Shibuya Ward or Setagaya Ward and around there. So majority of people live out here or out in Saitama, you know? This is a slice of everyday Tokyo life, and that's why there's I think that's a Tobu line. I can't remember the name of the line. I know we're going to be taking that to get back home into the city. I don't think it's too far to walk to Skytree. So just going to walk around a little bit, take a look. Here's one of those discount ticket shops, Daigo Kokuya. I think that's what it is. Yeah. They sell discount tickets. You can get probably a discount on the Shinkansen, maybe 1,000 yen if you're going down to Osaka. So it's sometimes worth, if you've got a family of 4, you would save about 4,000 yen, which is pretty crazy off of a ticket from Tokyo to Osaka on the Shinkansen. But like, you know, if you're staying in a hotel, this is not a bad spot. But of course, central Tokyo has its advantages. But if you're thinking about living in Japan, then you really have to make sure you stretch your money out, and living in a place like Hikifune is actually not a bad idea. Looks like just like these snack bars down that alley over there. There's a tendon, you see tempura on a bowl of rice shop right down there, but it looks kind of old. It's got this really authentic feel to it. It is more metropolitan than Saitama, so to speak, I guess. Maybe because it's in the city. There is more commercial here, more commercial businesses here. This may be my 4th or 5th time ever being here. But you really do get a feel for this suburban, everyday Tokyo life. Not this touristy stuff. You probably won't see one tourist around here. In fact, I don't see any suitcase wielding tourists. And we're just one stop away from the Skytree, which is pretty crazy. So when you think about it like that, yeah, maybe if you want to experience the normal Japanese everyday life, you want to go here. There's a Zujirushi, a sports store in there. This is where locals would go for the supermarket, which is down in the basement, and they have a Mujirushi right there. And it's all local stuff, you know what I mean? There's the Tokyo Hikifune Byoin, or hospital. So you're gonna go around the, there's the station entrance right here. There's got a Tully's coffee in there. What? Tully's used to be an American chain that went out of business, but except here in Japan. I think they might have some in Australia, actually. Can't remember. If only I have Draimon door, I'd pop up right away in Hikifune right in Satrio. Oh, I'd love to see that. When are you coming back, Satrio? I hope the postcard made it to you over down there in Indonesia. How cool is that? Over the Crest is in the house. Grab a beer. You got it. Since I'm working, I can't grab one right now, but I will. I absolutely will. Look at that. They have kind of like an outdoor market going on over here in the courtyard. That's another thing. I don't really hear, you know, in the city of Tokyo over the last like few months, I've been hearing every language except for Japanese, which is crazy. You go to Ginza and you hear more like Chinese than you do Japanese. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like, doesn't feel like Japan anymore. Amiro writes in here, I'm 2 stations away. You're never gonna catch me. This is gonna be a very long live stream. That's cool. So they have some sort of a market with these tents. It looks like they're just packing up. It looks like a morning market with vegetables. So they're selling stuff maybe from Tochigi. A lot of Tochigi farmers, especially during peach season, I see a lot of people from Yamanashi drive pickup trucks and go out into the streets of Tokyo and sell their peaches, which is so good. Tully's coffee chain outlets in Australia. None there, okay. I'd heard from somebody that there might be something there, but I smell curry. Now I know why. It's Kokoichi. And it looks like it's lunchtime, so it looks like it's pretty full. Do not grab a taxi, come out here. I'm not gonna be live streaming that long. Don't do it. I'll probably go live tomorrow. I'm going down to Shinagawa perhaps, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Don't do it. I'll feel bad. I'll feel real bad if you did that. There's no way you'll catch me. Unless like you were literally here right now. I can't think how else you would. Let's go across the street into the station. Go check it out. There's a few bakeries. Oh, there's a SpaceX! This is the most amazing train. Did you see that? The Spacia X is the most amazing train that goes to Nikko, so it's on the way going to Nikko. That's quite a shot. I think there's more than one station here. Just want to take a look and show you on the map some of the train prices. Perhaps. I'm not even sure where the entrance is. I usually go the other way. When I first came to Japan, this bakery was really popular, Vie de France, but it's not as popular as it was 25 years ago. They're still pretty inventive though. You'll find them in like train stations. You grab a couple of pieces of bread and then you can eat them on the train, nibble away. It looks pretty good. Oh, look at that one there with all the toppings on it. Wow. That looks like a work of art. Shubatirumale. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at the train tickets. The Tobu line is relatively inexpensive. I don't think that it stops here. Oh, we're right there. So you can see just one stop from Asakusa, or two stops from Asakusa, one stop from the Skytree. And Hikifune is on a joining line, the Kamiedo line. And the Kamiedo will take you to the JR Yamanote line. This is a really convenient train line. And sorry, not the Yamanote line, it'll take you to the JR Sobu line, right? Which will take you towards Chiba. So that's pretty convenient. And then the Tobu line, the Skytree line will take you to Nikko, which is just 1,200 yen away. Right there. So, interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. The 7-Eleven ATM outside. Those are ones that'll take the foreign cards. So here's kind of that other side here. You know, the Skytree up there. And then there are some businesses outside the station on this side. Definitely looks more like Saitama or, you know, like away from the center of Tokyo, but you're really close to the center, not that far away from Asakusa, just 2 stops. But it feels, it's got no tourists and it has that feel of being way more Japanese than central Tokyo right now. And this is central Tokyo. Kind of, it's pretty much central because there's residential areas over there and over here. Let's see if they have the no ramen in a can, but they have hot crab soup. It's hard to find it. I'm always looking. That looks like some good gyoza. What is that, otaya? Oh, gyoza. What is that, cheese gyoza? Keema curry gyoza. What? That looks interesting. Keema curry gyoza. They are very inventive. They got a ton of different gyozas here. Ebi gyoza, boiled ebi gyoza, ebi chili gyoza. shiso gyoza, garlic gyoza, cream stew gyoza, jaga butter, potato butter gyoza. What? That's some weird stuff. I love it. Get creative. I mean, you could put anything in a dumpling, right? I think you can. Here's a tendon. That looks great. That's a special size tendon. And it's only 1,300 yen, or about $9. $8 or $9 for that. Holy smokes. I'm coming back here. Maybe after the performance, I'll take Leo here for dinner. It's crazy. Hey, Michael. Aloha, brother. Happy Saturday afternoon in Japan. Finally caught a live stream this week. You got it, brother. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's go back to the other side of the station. I'm gonna make my way back to Has anyone ever used this? I always thought about it. This is the rental umbrella, 3 months for 0 yen. So if you need it, you could take it. When you're finished, just return it. It's 24 hours for 140 yen, or a monthly rental is 280 yen. You can pay for it by credit card. You have to pay your credit card by QR code here. That's so interesting. Has anyone ever done this? So that you don't have to carry or lose your umbrella. You just have to return it. You don't have to store it. That's a really convenient service, but I haven't heard of anybody who actually used it yet. We'll find out. Tendon, the tempura on a bowl of rice, is very popular right now because in winter people like to fatten up. So they fatten up on these tendon, and you can see the shops in this area anyways, they have tons of these tendon sets, which are really inexpensive. This one's so expensive. This is a chain. Vegetable tendon for $4 with miso soup. That's a bargain. This one with shrimp and soba set for 1,100 yen, which is, what is that? I don't know, $7? It's crazy. This one comes with a beer. This one comes with a beer for $4. What? Oh man, you know, if you've got US dollars here, you are a king. Or a queen. All right, let's make our way out of here. When I'm streaming in the city, I try my best not to get people in the stream. You know, you have to protect them. You can see the train line going by there. I think that's the Kamiedo line. There's the massive Ito Yokado, which is owned by the 7 Group, 7-Eleven. That was a Tobu line for sure. You can tell from the look of the train. 7-Eleven, it's on the sign there up there. You see it? So if you shop at Ito Yokado, you'll see like maybe 20% of the items in there are 7-Eleven branded goods. And then 7-Eleven takes the popular stuff and puts it in their convenience stores because they have limited space. So it's pretty, Matthew was here yesterday? What business did you in Hikifune? It's not exactly a buzzing spot of Tokyo, but you know, I think if you have to pick a place to live and you didn't have a big budget, this is really a pretty good option because of the convenience of the train lines. Getting to Asakusa, then from Asakusa you have the Ginza line and you have the Asakusa line, so you get onto other subway lines. So it's not very far away. You've got tons of convenience stores, tons of budget options. Family Mart's doing an amazing job with their food lately. Check this out. They've got this Oimo croissant, this purple croissant going on there. And look at that. Is it a boiled egg? No, it's a hanjuku tamago, I think. Ajitama onigiri. That looks so good. They're doing an amazing job with the food offerings. Of course, it's convenience store food, and I highly recommend that you do not eat that every day. I would still classify that as junk food. Sugamo is a good place as well. I see Zolbright wrote in here. You'll find dry cleaning places. There's so many of them. They just do whatever they can to stick out. Pink would do that. But I've always found that dry cleaning prices in Tokyo were really cheap. Comparatively. Let's take a look quickly at if you were to buy a place here. So you can buy an apartment in a new mansion that looks really nice. It'll cost you about, I don't know, what is it, $220,000 for this 2 LDK to buy it. That's pretty good for Tokyo. This one is, I don't know, about $320,000, and that's a lot more space, but looks really nice. Again, Tokyo is probably the most expensive option for anyone who wants to come and live in Japan. Of course, Osaka is maybe 30% cheaper than Tokyo. I don't know if it's just caused supply and demand. This Tokyo is just really high. But again, like, you want to live in a place that's a living place, right? So to speak, Hikifune is pretty good. And if you found a place, and here's a ramen area. If you found a place that had a hotel here, I think you'd do pretty good with the restaurant options that are available. There sure is a lot of good, cheap food here. Oh my. The Keisei Hikifune Station for a couple of weeks. Yeah, there's probably some monthly mansions here. There's probably some monthly mansions or some Airbnbs in the area, I'm sure. But a lot of these places, Sumida Ward has laws that prevent year-round year-round Airbnbs, and that's kind of an issue. It makes it hard to make money off of something because they don't want competition with the other hotels, because the hotels are good at lobbying. They have an association. They do a pretty good job. The last thing I want to show you is just something of interest. See, here's a rent-a-car, a Nissan rent-a-car. I prefer Toyota rent-a-car. I'm not a big fan of Nissan, but they make use of the space. They don't actually store the cars here, but they have a parking lot away, and then they bring the cars here. They go where the people are. I thought that that's really cool. And this gas station, which is fascinating for those that are, and I've always found that Nissan rent-a-car, the cars are never cleaned well. Toyota is like just miles ahead, but you pay for it. You pay for that. This gas station is a good example. They make use of the space, and they know in a crowded metropolitan area there's dangers to put the pump on the ground. So you might see this in other urban areas, but they, for some of you, the pumps are hanging from the roof. Isn't that cool? Do you see it? So that lowers the risk of any kind of an accident happening, and they make the most amount of space by removing the pumps. It gives more space for drivers to come in. So if you are renting a car, the staff will come out in Tokyo. I don't think it's self-serve. Will come out and guide you to where you have to pump. Now, I was a fan of the Carlos Ghosn, and he was, I don't think, was treated very well by Nissan. It was all political stuff, but I thought he did a great job of turning around a company, and then they kind of, I don't know, got jealous. So since that, the corporate culture in Japan, that's the reason why I don't work in a corporation. Maybe. Anyways, this is it. I'm gonna go in here and do my job. I got a film for Kanai, but this is her poster, and wish her luck. Maybe I'll have some videos to show you later on, but she's doing a pretty good job of playing the bad guy here inside. Sorry, it's sold out. If anybody wanted to come and watch, the event is completely sold out, but it's sold out because the tickets were free. She's just asking for donations to pay it off. I think she'll do okay. Peter's not coming. That's a shame. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you are living in this area, comment and let us know how nice Hikifune is. I kind of like the vibe here. It's got a lot of character, a lot of personality. This looks like a place that it's very livable, very Japan, very Tokyo, right? And it's kind of warm today. It's feeling like early spring, which is teasing. All right, everybody. Thanks, Michael. Take care. Mata ne.